But you know what? You guys eat what you want to eat and you enjoy it. You know, I'm never gonna dim your sparkle. Because guess what? There's food that my culture eats that would be really odd for some people. In my culture, in my culture, people consume raw liver, people consume raw meat, people consume chicken heart, people consume what else is really like diabolical? Oh, cow tongue. What else? What else is really like out of pocket?
The best chippy is in the north of England or seaside or Matlock.
Yeah. I guess those are the worst things that we eat. Those are the worst things that we eat. I do remember going to like a... I do remember being invited to like this thing in Lebanon. I went to Lebanon when I was 5 years old. And there was a goat, a cooked... it was a baked goat head. Baked... No. Baked goat brain. There was a baked goat brain on the table. And I remember losing my mind. Wait. Chat, do you remember the sheep story that I told you about? Do you guys remember that story? I don't know if anyone remembers. No? Okay. So, when I visited Lebanon, I went with my imp family for about 2 months, okay? So I really gotten to know everyone, and I finally learned about my family and my heritage, and it was really, really, really cool, and I got to meet so many people and got so close with these people. I was like 5, 6, something like that, okay? I was really young. And I remember that the family there, they had a farm, and on this farm they had a whole bunch of sheep and goats, okay? A whole bunch, and they would always roam around on the farm, and they were all so nice. They were all like puppies. They were so sweet, and they loved being pet, and they were all just sweethearts, okay? Then came a day. So I had a goat that it was my favorite goat. It was my favorite goat. His name was what was his name? Oh, his name was Aslan. Okay? Aslan was the goat's name. And there came a day where everyone started hovering around outside while I was hanging out with this goat. Okay? And I remember my parents coming up to me and they said, "Hey, do you want to stay outside for this, or do you want to go inside?" And I was like, "What you mean? What's going on, huh?" And they were like, It's time for Aslan to go." And I was like, "Where's he going? Can I go with him?" No, not the confetti. Evil and twisted and venomous and poisonous you are. And so I'm sitting there just like, la 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 la, where's he going? And so, what the fuck? I'll get to it. Or should I get the ice cube while I'm telling this story? Should I tell the story with the ice cube somewhere? Yes? Fuck. Shit. I'll go get the freaking ice cube. I have ice cube. This one's gonna go down my back. Okay, ready? It's gonna go down my back and eventually it'll reach my butt. Here we go, I'm throwing it down. It's cold. Okay. Oh. eyes. It's so... Oh, it burns. Oh my gosh, it burns. Okay, the rest of the story. Oh, whoa. Okay, now it's in a comfortable spot. I don't mind. Okay, so, I was like, what you mean? What you mean? What's going on? And so they were like, okay. Aslan is about to, die. And being that I was 6, I still didn't really quite understand much. So I was like, oh, okay. Well, and then I was like, well, I want to be here. I want to be here for him. That's what I told my family. That's what I told I want to be here for him. I don't want to leave him. And so they were like, are you positive? And I said, yeah. I want to be by his side. And so my parents made me step back. They grabbed Aslan. He started screaming. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is horrible. Horrible. Yeah. And they raised him up by his legs and he was upside down. And they got to it. They got to it. And I sat there and watched them murder him in front of my eyes. And I just stared. I just stared like this. I didn't react. I didn't say anything. I didn't do anything. I just froze there and I said, did he survive? Let me finish the story and then you can tell me whether or not he survived or not. So, I simply walk inside after I start seeing all the blood pouring. I walk inside. I sit on the couch. I disassociate for like 3 seconds. And I'm staring at the wall, not knowing how to react. And then I start crying. It hit me all at once. I started crying. And I'm crying inside, crying. And everyone, all my family, all my cousins, they start coming to me and they say, it's okay. It's okay. He'll be okay. He's going to heaven. It's okay. We need to do this. And I was like, why do you need to do this? Why? Why do you need to do this? And I was crying for so long. And then I fell asleep crying. I fell asleep crying and then I woke up and then I remembered what happened to him and then I started crying once I woke up again. They woke me up. They were shaking me. Oh, Camila, wake up. Whoa. And they were like, dinner's ready. And I was like, what? Okay. And I'm still crying, right? So, one of my uncles, he hands me something at the dinner table. He has like raw goat meat. And he dipped it in salt and pepper. And then he wrapped it around in pita bread. And then he gave me it. It was just a tiny little piece. And then I started eating it. And I was like, I'm still crying. I'm like, And I was like, what is this? What is this? And you know what he tells me? You know what my uncle tells me? Oh, you're just eating Aslan. But he's so good though. I started crying really loudly But then I was like, but he's so good. Can I have more? And I had the whole room cracking up. It was hilarious. And then I ate him. And now he's a part of me forever.
Well, Camila, have the goats stopped screaming?
Oh, what a story, what a story. So there's a story of how I got traumatized as a little girl. And that's really who shaped me up today as my uncle in Lebanon. And yeah. Do you think it made me a tougher imp? Do you think it made me super strong? Because I think, yes, I think I'm a super strong imp. Yep. 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 Yep.